decimal number is 16,242. To represent decimal, I'm using base 10. The position is going to start from 0 to n minus 1. How can I represent 13 in my hexadecimal? That is nothing but D. Good morning to all. A warm welcome to my new session on data representation. In today's session, we are going to study more about data representation. I am Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram, Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Before going to start my today's session, let's see what are the things we learned in my previous session. In my previous session, we started with how to convert binary number to decimal number and what are the rules I need to follow while converting binary number to decimal number. Along with that, we had discussion regarding how to convert the binary to decimal. Then we had discussion regarding decimal to octal. There we discussed what are the rules I need to follow along with the example. Then we had discussion regarding octal to decimal number. That means how can I convert octal number to decimal number? What are the rules I need to follow while converting octal to decimal with example we discussed. But in my today's session, we are going to study some of the very interesting topics like decimal number to hexadecimal number and hexadecimal number to decimal number. So it is vice versa. That means I'm going to have decimal number. I'm going to convert that decimal number to hexadecimal. In the second half, I'm going to have hexadecimal number and I'm going to convert that hexadecimal number to decimal number. Then I'm going to discuss how to convert binary number to octal number and octal to binary. Once again, it is vice versa. Then, how can I convert binary number to hexadecimal number? So, at the beginning, I'm going to have conversion. That is, how can I convert decimal number to hexadecimal number? So, dear student, just remember that you're going to have decimal number. And from decimal number, you're going to convert it into hexadecimal number. And what are the rules I need to follow while converting decimal number system to hexadecimal number? So, what's the first rule I'm having? That is, I'm going to divide the decimal number by 16. Why it is 16? Because I'm going to convert the decimal number to hexadecimal. For that reason, I'm going to divide the decimal number by 16. In the step 2, take the remainder and record it. So while dividing, whatever the remainder I'm going to get, where I'm going to store in the right side. Then in my step 3, repeat the step 1 and step 2 until whatever the decimal number we are going to have that cannot be divided further. Then I can able to stop the process. In the step 4, the first remainder will be LSB. That means whatever the first remainder I'm going to get, I'm going to consider as LSB, that is least significant bit, and the last remainder is the MSB, that's nothing but the most significant bit. And while writing, I want to start from most significant bit towards least significant bit. Now consider the example here. I have taken 16242 and I'm going to write this one as 3 F72. That means my decimal number is 16,242. To represent decimal, I am using base 10. Now, I want to convert this decimal number to hexadecimal. For that, what I want to do? I want to divide the decimal number by 16. So, I start dividing. First, I will consider first 2 bit. 16 ones are, it is 16. If I consider third bit, I cannot do anything. If I consider fourth one, it is 24. Before that, I'm going to write the 0 because I cannot divide 2 by 16. So, what I will do? I'll write the 0 and it is 24. So, 16 ones are 16. 24 minus 16. 14. 8. 2. Then, it is 16 fives are. It is 80 and I'm going to get the remainder 2 and I'm going to record as it is. Dear student, once again I'm going to divide this 1015 by 16. So 1663, it is 1008 minus 1015. When I subtract 1015 with 1008, I'll get 7. So, the remainder is 7. Now, once again, I'm going to divide 63 by 16. So, 63, 3s are, it is 48. But what I have, it is 63 minus. Then, once again, I want to subtract. So, it is 13 minus 8, 5. Here it is 5, 5 minus 4, it is 1. So, what is the remainder? It is 1, 5. That's nothing but the 15. And while writing, how I am going to write? That is from MSB to LSB. So, it is hexadecimal number. For that reason, I am going to write 15 is F. In the sense, here F indicates digit 15. So, what is my result here? It is 3F72 of hexadecimal number. This is the way I can able to convert my decimal number to hexadecimal number. Now, consider another example. I'll take 50 and it is decimal number. Now, I want to convert this to hexadecimal number. So, I will write 50 and I want to convert this decimal number to hexadecimal number. For that reason, what I will do? I am going to start dividing this number by 16. So, 16 3s are 48. 50 minus 48, how much? It is 2. So, I'll write the remainder. And how to write my final result? That is, I'm going to start from MSB bit to LSB bit. So, it is 3, 2. So, what is the hexadecimal equivalent of 50? It is 32. Now, I'm going to have conversion, that is hexadecimal number to decimal number. Till now, whatever we discussed, that is decimal number to hexadecimal. That means, I'm going to have decimal number. From decimal number, I'm going to convert hexadecimal number. But here, it is reverse. That is, I'm going to have hexadecimal number. Now, I want to convert this hexadecimal number to decimal number. For that, what are the rules? I'm going to have, let's see, 1 by 1. So, I'm going to start at the rightmost bit. So what I will do, I'm going to start at the rightmost bit and I'm going to take the position as well as I'm going to multiply by 16 to the power n. So here the position is going to start from 0 to n minus 1 and I'm going to add all the products and whatever the result I'm going to get after adding all the product, that is my decimal number. Let's see with the example. So here I'm having the example that is 3F72. Now according to the rule, what I want to perform here, I want to find the position. So here 2 is present at the position 1, but what's the power? It is 0 and it is 1, it is 2 and it is 3. So dear student, I'm having hexadecimal number and I want to convert that hexadecimal number to decimal. So what I will do? I'm going to multiply each bit. So first I will consider first bit, it is 2 and I'm going to write the power. That is nothing but 16 to the power 0. It is nothing but 0, 1. So whatever the number I'm having and its power is 0, by the property I'm going to have the value 1. And for 16 to the power 1, it is 16. Here it is 16 to the power 2, that is nothing but 16 into 16. And here it is 16 to the power 3, that is nothing but 16 into 16 into 16. So 3 times. Now I will multiply 2 into 1, 7 into 16, 15 into 256 plus 3 into 4096. After multiplying whatever the result I'm going to get, I'm going to add all the products together. So I will get 6242. So this is the way I can able to convert my hexadecimal number to decimal. Now consider another example. Here I'm going to have integer along with fractional value. So first I'll consider integral part, then I'm going to consider fractional part. So it is 0 and it is 1 and it is 2. For my fractional value, it is minus 1. Now what is f here? F is nothing but 15. In decimal, if I have 15, then I'm going to represent it as f. So f is nothing but 15. So I'm going to have 15. Then a is nothing but 10. That means if I want to represent 10 in hexadecimal, how can I? That is a. And it is 5. So 5 into 16 to the power 2 plus 10 into 16 to the power 1 plus 15 into 16 to the power 0 plus, now I'm going to consider the fractional value. So what is D? D is nothing but it is 13 and it is inverse, that is nothing but 16 to the power minus 1, that is nothing but 1 by 16. Now what I will do, I'm going to multiply all these values together. So I'll multiply 5 into 256, then I'll multiply this one, I'll multiply this one and I'll multiply this one, and whatever the product I'm going to get, I'm going to add together and I'm going to get the final result. Now I'll write this is my hexadecimal number, and after converting hexadecimal number, this is my decimal number. Moving further, I'm going to have conversion, that is binary number to octal number. Now I'm going to have the binary number and I want to convert this binary number to octal number. To convert binary number to octal number, I need to follow certain rules. Let's see the rules one by one. So take a binary number in a group of 3. That means whatever the binary numbers I have, I want to make 3 bits together. That means I want to group 3 bits and use the appropriate octal. First, what I want to do, I want to consider the binary digit. Then I want to group the binary digit together. That means one group can able to have only 3 digit. Begin at the rightmost bit, that is begin from the rightmost 3 bits. That means I'm going to start dividing from the rightmost bit. If we are not able to form a group of 3, insert 0. That means, suppose if it's not possible to make a group of 3 bits, then what I want to do? I want to place a 0 to the left. So, I want to place the 0 at the left side to get all group of 3 bits each. Write the octal equivalent of each group and repeat the steps until all the groups have been covered. That means if I have only 1 0 to make it is 3 bit, I am going to place 0 at the left side. So if I place any 0 at the end, it won't make any changes. Now consider the example. Here I am going to have total 7 bits. Now according to the rule, I want to make a group and each group must have 3 bits. So what I will do? I will take first 3 numbers and I'll make first group. And I'll take second 3 bits and I'll make second group. And if I consider last one, I have only 1 bit. But according to the rule, I want to place 0 at the end in order to make 3 bits. So, it is 0, 0, 1. Now, I want to write the octal equivalent for this bit. So, it is 1, 1, 1. It is nothing but 7. And it is 0, 1, 0. It is nothing but 2. And it is 1. So, at the end, what I will do? I will write the binary number. Now, I am going to write the octal equivalent. That is nothing but 1, 2, 7. And it is my octal representation. This is the another example. Think that here I am having only 6 bit and I am having fractional value. Now what I want to do? I want to make a group of 3 bits. So I have 3 bit, that is 1, 1 and 1. So it is nothing but 7. Here it is 1, 1, 0. It is nothing but 6. And for integral part, I am having 0. It is 0, 0. So I'll get 0. Now I'm going to write the octal. That means I'm having binary number and I'm going to convert this binary number to octal. So I'll write 0 as it is and I'm going to write the fractional value. So what's the fractional value I'm having? That is 6, 7. If I consider this example, I'm having integral part as well as floating point part. Now what I want to do? I want to consider my integral part first. So here I have only 4 bit. To make it 6, I will add 2 zeros and I'm going to break. Now here I'm going to have 2 groups and each group includes 3 bits. So I will write first 3 bit together and I'll write remaining 3 bit together. Now I'm going to write the octal equivalent, that is 5 and it is 1. Now, if I consider my fractional value, where I want to place the 0, I'm going to place the 0 at the beginning because I cannot place the 0 here. So, what I will do, I'm going to place the 0 at the end in order to make 3-bit to group. That means each group must include 3-bit. To make it equal, I'm going to add 0 at the beginning. Now, I'm going to divide this number. So, at the beginning, I'm going to have 101 and here it is 110. And what's the equivalent? It is 5 and here it is 6. Now, I'm going to write the final result. So, at the beginning, I'm going to write the binary number and this is the octal representation. So, if I convert the binary number to octal, then this is my final result. And to specify it as octal, I'm going to write the base value. That is nothing but 8. Moving further, let's consider the simple example. So, what I will do, I will take some number. Okay, now according to the rule, what I want to do, I want to split this binary digit in number of groups. So each group must have 3 bits. This is my first group, this is my second group and this is my third group. So if I consider first group, I'm having 3 bit. Here once again 3 bit, and what about third group? That is I'm having only 1. To make it 3 bit, I'll add 2 zeros. Now I'm going to write the octal equivalent, that is it is 5, it is 2 and it is 1. Now 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 of 2 equal to 1 2 5 and it is my octal representation. This is the way I can able to convert binary number to octal number. Moving further, I'm going to have conversion, that is nothing but octal number to binary. So here I'm going to have octal number. Now I want to convert this octal number to binary. So what are the steps I need to follow? That is, take the each bit digit from octal number. Convert each bit to 3-bit binary number. So what I want to do, I want to take the each digit from octal number and I want to convert that number to octal, and at the end I'm going to club all the bits together. So I am going to have the octal number. Now I'm going to convert that octal number to binary. Let's see the example here. So first I will write the octal digit, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So what is octal here? Here octal is nothing but 8 numbers and it's going to start from 0 to 7. And I'm going to write the binary equivalent. So here for 0, I'll write 30, for 1, 001, for 2, 01, 2 and it's going to continue up to 111. So 31 is nothing but 7. Now I have the octal number. Now I want to convert this octal number to binary. For that, what I will do, I'm going to consider individual digit. So at the beginning, I'm going to have 4, then 5 and 6. And I'm going to write the binary equivalent for individual digit. For 4, it is 100. So it is 100. And what is my second digit? It is 5. For 5, how can I represent? That is 101. And for 6, it is 110. And while writing final result, it is my octal number. This is my binary representation, and while writing binary representation, I'm going to move towards down. That means I'm going to start from top and I'm going to move towards down. So I'll write 100, 101 and last it is 110. Moving further, this is the another example I'm having. So here I'm going to have integral part as well as fractional part. So I will consider individual digit and I'm going to write the binary representation. What is 7 here? That is 111. So this is wrong actually. Binary equivalent for 7, 111. And what is 3? Here 3 is nothing but 0, 1, 1 and 1 it is true and 6 it is correct. That is 110. Now I have octal number along with the binary equivalent. Now how I'm going to write? I'm going to start from top and I'm going to move towards down. So it is 111.0011110 and this is my binary representation of this octal number. I repeat once again. So here I'm having the digit 7. Now I'm going to write the binary equivalent. If I consider my previous table, what is 7? That is nothing but 3, 1. So I'll write 3, 1. And if I consider 3, 3 is nothing but 0, 1, 1. So it is 0, 1, 1. For 1, it is 0, 0, 1. For 6, it is 1, 1, 0. And while writing my final result, I'm going to start from top to bottom. So I will write 31011 dot 001110 and this is my binary representation of the given octal number. Moving further, I'm going to have hexadecimal. That means I'm going to convert the binary number to hexadecimal. So what's the input I'm having? That is nothing but the binary number. Now I'm going to convert this binary number to hexadecimal. For that, once again, I need to follow certain steps. So what is the first step? Here, I want to make a group of 4 bits together. That means whatever the binary number I'm having, I want to make a group of 4 bits together. Begin at the rightmost 4 bit. If we are not able to form a group of 4 bits, then add or insert 0 to the left until we get all the groups of 4 bit each. And while writing, write the hexadecimal equivalent of each group. Repeat the step until all groups have been covered. Anyway, I'll explain all these steps with the example. Now, consider the example here. So, it is total 7 bit. To make it 8 bit, I'm going to place 0 at the end. Now, I'm going to divide this binary number into 2 group and 2 group includes 4 bit. So, this is my first group and this is my second group. So, this is my first group and this is my second group. Now, what I want to do? I want to write the hexadecimal equivalent to the binary. So, 1001, it's nothing but 9. And it is 0101, it is nothing but 5. Now, I'm going to write the final result, that is, I'll write the binary numbers as it is and I'm going to write the hexadecimal equivalent, that is nothing but 59. Now consider another example here. So here I'm having 8-bit and this is my fractional part and this is my integral part, and I'm going to write the integral part first. To make it as group of 4-bit, I'll add 3 zeros and I'm going to divide this fractional bits by group of 4 bits. So at the beginning I'm having 1101 and 0111. So what's the meaning here? 1101, it is nothing but 13. How can I represent 13 in my hexadecimal? That is nothing but D. And it is 7. So I'll write 7 as it is. Now I'm going to write the final result. So it is 0. I'll write as it is 0. Point D7. So this is the hexadecimal representation of the given binary number. Now I'll consider one simple example that I'm going to take some binary number. So this is my binary number. Now I want to convert this binary to hexadecimal. According to the rule, what I want to do, I want to make a group and each group must have 4-bit. So I'll make 2 groups. This is my group 1 and this is my group 2. I'm going to include 4-bit together. Here I'm having 4-bit. Here also I'm having 4-bit. Now I'm going to write the octal equivalent for this group. So it is 3. I'll write 3 and here it is 15. Dear student, now I got the result 15. Now I want to write the hexadecimal equivalent. So F is nothing but 15. Now I'm going to write the final result, that is nothing but F3. Now this is my binary number. After converting this binary number to hexadecimal, I'm going to get the value F3. So dear student, in my today's session, we started with how to convert one number system to another number system. We started from decimal to octal and octal to decimal. At the same time, we started from binary to decimal and decimal to binary. Along with that, binary to hexadecimal and hexadecimal to binary. So dear student, in my today's session, you got more information about the number system. Let's meet in the next session with some more information about data representation. Until then, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.